All right, let's dive into chapter 0, so the setup and install chapter. We're going to set up and install Rasa. So we're going to hop in here. And what you're going to see for all of these chapters is more or less a welcome page. It'll look a little bit like this, and it'll give you a bit of an overview about what you're going to cover in this section. Now, we're going to either click this next button here at the very bottom of each page or use the navigation buttons at the top to move to the next page. And you can see here, usually this is on the first page, you'll also get an opportunity to sign up to join the Rasa Discord community. This is a great place to go to ask questions about the course if you come up with something that you need support with. My name's Lauren. I'm going to be your course instructor throughout this entire journey with Rasa University, and you can find me in the Rasa University channel of our Discord, so feel free to ask your questions there. You can also go to the Rasa docs over here, and in our Rasa docs, you'll also see we've got an AI agent at the bottom right-hand corner of the documentation. That's also a great place to go if you need to get support with one of your questions from Rasa University. All right, now let's move on to the next section, and we're going to go and start our first lab. So what you can see here are some instructions on the left, and you've got your terminal on the right, and we're going to run through these instructions. Now, the first thing that you're going to want to do is just double check that your Python and pip versions are up to date. You can see that everything is checking out, looking good over here. Okay, that means since I have both Python and pip and my version numbers are okay, then I can skip kind of this, if pip is missing, if Python is missing steps and move on to the next one. Now, let's do the next bit, which is going to be to set up a virtual environment. So I'm going to set up my virtual environment here. You should have seen in my file tree as well, we've got that .venv file that's just popped up there, setting up the virtual environment. After I've done that, I'm going to need to activate it. And once I've got my virtual environment active, I'm now ready to install Rasa in my virtual environment. So I'm going to do my pip install Rasa command. It's a little bit longer than simply pip install Rasa because we've pinned it to the version 3.17. That's the current version of Rasa that we're on as I'm recording this video. We will continue to update this course for every version. So if you're looking at it and thinking, hey, this is a later version, well, then you've got a new and improved version of Rasa. There we go. All right, so the thing about this install is it does take 2 to 5 minutes, I would say. So definitely, kick back, relax, grab a cup of coffee. And in my case, I've got actually a super cute dog in the room, so we're going to hang out until the install is complete. Hi, Duke. All right, there we have it. Looks like we're all done, so I'm going to let this one go and we can keep going on with our setup of Rasa. All right, so diving back in. Next steps are ultimately going to be to set up your kind of environment variables, which are going to be your Rasa Developer Edition license. This is completely free. You can see we've got the login or sign up link right here. All you have to do is sign up online and we'll send you an email with your free Developer Edition license right away. And you're also going to need an OpenAI key. So I'm going to set those up right now and I'm going to clear my terminal so you can't see my OpenAI key, but let's get on that right now. All right, now that I've got both my Rasa Developer Edition license key and my OpenAI key set up in my environment variables, it should now contain 2 things. All right, let's verify the installation. So we're just going to run through these commands right here. And the most important one is the last one here to check the Rasa version. And usually if this one works and I'm seeing Rasa 3.17, in my case, that's how I know things usually have been set up properly and I'm good to go. Takes a few seconds to populate. Give it a sec. All right, there we have it, Rasa 3.17. Everything should be all right, but just to make sure I've got everything correct, I'm going to click on check it. And this is important as well for your Rasa developer certification. It's important that you do complete all of the labs. Let's let that run. And pretty much this is just a script in the background that is checking that, your version's correct, you've got a virtual environment set up, and your environment, variables contain the correct variables, an OpenAI key and the Rasa Developer Edition license. Great. Everything's passed, all three. Fantastic. So what I'm going to do is navigate to the last page in this chapter. It's a short one. And now I can see that setup is complete. Great. One thing to keep in mind, after you finish each of the chapters, remember to always click mark as complete, because that's how I, as your course instructor, know that you've completed all of the chapters. And once you've done that, I can give you your developer license or a certification, your developer certification for Rasa. There you go. Now you have it. You've completed setup and install, and now you're ready to move on to chapter 1, just responses.